Have you ever worked for a leader who always had to be right? I have. You brought them a concern, but they already had the answer. You offered a different idea, but the decision had already been made. And when something went wrong, they found someone else to blame. A leader like that might have authority, but eventually the team stops being honest. People stop sharing ideas, they stop asking questions, they stop admitting mistakes, and the leader loses the team's best thinking. I have seen this happen more than once, and it taught me something important. Humility does not make a leader smaller, it makes the team stronger. I did not understand this clearly when I first became a manager. Like many young leaders, I thought people expected me to have all the answers. I believed confidence meant knowing what to do in every situation. I worried that admitting uncertainty would make people question my leadership. So there were times when I spoke too quickly, times when I defended an idea longer than I should have, times when I needed to listen, but I was too focused on proving that I belonged in the position. Experience taught me a better way. Strong leaders do not need to prove they are the smartest person in the room. They create enough trust for everyone else in the room to contribute. Humility says, I have experience, but I still have something to learn. It says, I am responsible for the decision, but I do not need to make it alone. And it says, I made a mistake and I need to own it. I remember meetings where someone offered an idea better than mine. In that moment, my character faced a test. Either I protect my pride and defend my original position, or, and this is what you should do, you recognize the better idea, give the person credit, and move the team forward. When you choose the second response, you strengthen the team. You show people their voices matter. You show them that the goal is not to make the leader look good. The goal is to find the best answer and help the organization succeed. One of the greatest myths about leadership is that humility looks weak. Some leaders believe they must appear certain at all times. They think admitting a mistake will reduce their authority. In my experience, the opposite is true. People already know you're not perfect. The question is whether you know it. When a leader refuses to admit a mistake, the team does not see strength. They see danger. People become careful about what they say. They spend more energy managing the leader's reaction than solving the problem. But when a leader says, I got this wrong, the tension comes down and the honesty goes up. People become more willing to own their mistakes because the leader has shown them what accountability looks like. Jesus gave us the clearest example of humble leadership. In John 13, he washed his disciples' feet. This work was normally given to a servant. Yet Jesus, knowing exactly who he was and the authority he carried, chose to kneel and serve the people he was leading. He did not become less of a leader when he picked up the towel. He showed us leadership at its highest level. Humility is not denying your responsibility. It is using your responsibility to serve other people. A humble leader still makes difficult decisions. A humble leader still sets expectations. And a humble leader still holds people accountable. Humility does not mean avoiding conflict, lowering standards, or saying yes to everyone. It means your leadership is not centered on protecting your ego. You care more about developing people than receiving credit. You care more about the truth than being right. You care more about the mission than your position. Over the years, I have learned that a leader's insecurity places a ceiling over the team. If the leader must control every decision, people stop thinking for themselves. If the leader must receive all the credit, people stop people stop reaching for more. If the leader never admits weakness, everyone else learns to hide theirs. But humble leaders create room, room for people to speak, room for people to learn, and room for people to make mistakes, and room for future leaders to emerge. Strong teams are not built around one impressive leader. They are built by a leader who helps many people become stronger. That connects with a principle I have carried for years. First, you build the people, then the people build the business. So here is one practical step you can take this week. Ask your team one honest question. What am I not seeing? Then listen. Do not defend yourself. Do not explain every decision. Do not interrupt. Listen for something you need to learn. The answer might be uncomfortable. It might also make you a better leader. Let me leave you with one final question from me to you. Does your leadership make people more dependent on you, or does it help them become stronger? Your answer reveals the kind of team you are building. Remember this: humility does not make a leader smaller, it makes the team stronger. First, you build the people, then the people build the business. This is real life leadership and lessons from Steve's Corner office, where faith meets leadership.